did I lose my best friend 3 years ago, but it's been almost exactly 2 years since my father passed away. And you know, my whole life I have believed in a bigger picture and that God has a bigger plan for us than just this life. However, since losing people that I love so much, my belief in, I guess, the presence of angels is something that has just exponentially increased. And, you know, I've had several really sweet experiences that have led me to believe that angels are all around us, all the time. And I want to just share with you one of those experiences. Last fall, I was on Dancing with the Stars, which was so much fun. One of the most fun things I've ever experienced. But in token, it was also one of the most difficult things I have ever experienced. And, you know, I was just exhausted. I was doing an overly full-time job by preparing for a brand new tour, learning all new songs, all new choreography, all new everything. And then simultaneously, on top of those rehearsals, you know, several hours a day, I was going to 6 hours a day of ballroom dance training to try to learn 2 routines a week to perform every single Monday. And then we were about to go on tour in the middle of the season, and I was just overextended, my brain was exhausted, and I was like, I don't think I can do this. One of the first times in my career that I ever, maybe my life, that I've looked myself in the mirror and honestly said, I don't think I can do this. This was a mistake. And then at this exact same time, a few days before we left on tour, I displaced a rib, which was the most painful thing I'd ever experienced, and it doesn't heal right away. And so I was just terrified I was going to let down thousands of fans who had already bought tickets to a pretty much sold out Christmas tour. And on top of that, I was afraid I was going to humiliate myself on national TV in front of millions of people. And so I went to the only place that I could think of to go, and I asked my bishop for a blessing. And that's something we can do in our faith, is ask for a blessing of healing and comfort. And my bishop placed his hands on my head, and in the blessing, he told me that angels would be with me to help me through this time of my life. And more specifically, he promised that my Father would be with me every step of the way. And I relied on that promise with everything that I had, because once we went on tour, it only got worse. And suddenly, after doing, you know, meet and greets and shows and sound checks every, 5 times a week, my partner and I would practice after the show till 3 in the morning. And when I was too tired to get up and keep dancing, I would remember that I was promised help from somewhere greater than myself. And when I wanted to look in the mirror and say to myself, I can't do this, I would look myself in the eye and say, you can do this because you are promised strength from somewhere beyond yourself. And that attitude of just making it minute to minute, day by day, was what got me all the way to the finale. And Mark and I, we had just flown in on a red-eye flight. We were then flying coast to coast to do shows and compete on the show. And we just flown in on a red-eye flight, and we were so tired. But we were there backstage at the finale, kind of running through our very last routine, just cleaning it up. And in my fatigue, I just kind of blanked. And I forgot the dance. The whole middle section, the biggest, most important chunk of the dance was just gone. And no matter what I did to try to jog my memory or to find it again, it was just like mashed potatoes in my brain. And I started to panic. And then my partner started to panic. What are we going to do? And then they called our names, Lindsey and Mark, to the stage. And so we walked onto that ballroom floor and stood there in the darkness for a few seconds, and then the spotlight hit us. And just in those few seconds, before the music began and before the cameras started rolling in front of millions of live viewers, I looked into the light and I had just enough time to say a 2-word prayer. And so I said, Dad, help. And never did I think that I would ask my father for ballroom dance help in my life. And also never did I think that the most spiritual moment of my life would happen on reality TV. Dancing with the Stars. But you know, the music started and the dance just happened. It was almost like a dream, and I don't really even remember doing the steps. But I know what happened because I've seen the evidence. It exists on YouTube. So I did that dance. And to be honest, I did it better than I had ever done it in any rehearsal. And I for sure as heck did it better than I had strength to do it in that moment, or the brain capacity, for that matter. And you know, looking back on that experience, it's kind of funny because now I'm like, you know what? It didn't really matter. You know, Dancing with the Stars, it wasn't going to change my life. It wasn't a life or death situation. But in that moment, it mattered so much to me. I had worked so hard. Because it mattered to me, I believe it mattered to him. And I think all of us at times find ourselves in situations where we've done everything that we can do, and we still feel like we are falling so short. And whether it's that you're a mom, and you just feel like you can't be everything you need to be for your family in this moment, or whether it's that you're just trying to juggle your life and figure out how and where the pieces fit together, I believe that if it matters to us, it matters to him. And that when we come to him with everything we have, he will make up the difference. And again, going back to the message of Christmas, that's why Jesus Christ came to this earth, is because he knew that on our own we would never be enough. And he promises, come to me with everything, with your best, and I will make up what you are lacking. And I think that the way he does that a lot of times is through angels. And I believe that not only are angels heard on high, but I truly believe with all my heart that angels are surrounding us all the time. All we need to do is ask for help. And I bother my angels all the time. I'm constantly asking them for help. Whether it's in the middle of the show, and I'm struggling, and I need to be better, or whether it's I'm scared, or I just need a little extra help. My angels know me very well at this point, and I believe they are all around us all the time. And that's what I want this next number to represent.